Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to a new Metacast. How's it going, Prime?
Guten Tag, mein dude. What's poppin'?
Doing pretty good. We got a special guest to the Morphin Metacast. Introduce yourself, sir.
Yes, this is Shawn Pryor, the writer of the unofficial Power Rangers comic, Total Eclipse. Also, wrote all types of comic books for various publishers, and I also do some freelance writing on the side for Capstone, writing kids' books and prose novels. I stay busy up in this piece.
Cool. So before we get into the main thing on Morphin Metacast, I figured we talk to you a little bit about your unofficial Power Rangers book and the origins, so to speak, of what made you start this, because I have to imagine you do something like this. Is there any sort of you have to kind of go through, Bandai or Hasbro to kind of write that, or is it kind of like you can just write it straight up, no issues?
For this, it was a thing honestly like a decade in the making. I always wanted to write a Power Rangers comic, and seeing that I've written comic books, I've created comic books, and I've just written stuff for over 13 years, is one of these things of, okay, the opportunity or chance for an editor at Boom to see me is kind of thin. And so, and also outside of Marguerite Bennett and Teenie Howard, the Boom Comics hire TV writers. So, Higgins, who also writes comics, but he writes TV. Ryan Parrott, who also writes TV. And Senna Grace, who also writes TV. So.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
Yeah. So, a
lot of things make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So those chances of trying to get in are very slim to none. So I said, you know what? Let me just get this out of my system, because like I said before, it's something I really wanted to do for a very long time, and also have it serve as a way just to show people, if you give me a licensed property, I can put a dope team together. We can tell a story that looks great and is enjoyable, and it's going to be prime and polished. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's how this started. And the other piece of it was that, in the 90s when Power Rangers came out, it had awful comic books. First it went through Hamilton Publishing. That was terrible. Then you had the Marvel joints. Those were, okay. I'm like, they're just bad. And then you had the short-lived one issue of Power Rangers Zeo at Image, which I have a copy of.
I remember that. I do remember that.
Yeah, man. Early Todd Knock artwork, who later, blew up on Spider-Man years ago. And then Paper Cuts got it. And it looked good, but it was bad. And then now you got it at Boom, and once Hasbro took over for Saban, that things kind of, changed up a bit. And, I'm not sure what direction Hasbro wanted to go, or what direction the TV writers wanted to go for this book, but for me, I was just I wanted to do something that's just in TV continuity. We don't need to retell, origins again. Let's just do something that's familiar with the fans of the show, and hopefully they'll enjoy it.
Oh, cool. Prime, you got something you want to ask?
No, you go ahead. I ask after you.
Okay. So you crafting the story. I know Julian very much, so we always talk to each other at the movie screenings and stuff. So
yeah,
getting the writing team and some of the artists and stuff together for that. I mean, I'm pretty sure that was probably the easiest thing, kind of, for the book, right?
Yes, because I've been homies with Julian for probably 12 years. Oh. And so and us being big Super Sentai fans, Tokusatsu, did I say that right? Because I always mess up that pronunciation.
Yeah, you said it right.
Okay, I always mess up that pronunciation. So, being fans of that and being fans of Power Rangers, we have been shooting ideas back and forth for if we ever got a book, what would we do? If we ever got a one shot, what would we do? And so, when I started writing it, I reached out to Julian, and I was like, Julian, can you serve as editor/consultant on this, because it's TV continuity, and I just want this to feel like you're actually watching a TV episode. And he was like, yeah, I got you. And so I show him the scripts, and he was like, "Okay, this flows well. This this looks like a TV episode. Okay, check your beats right here. Check your beats right here. Yeah." And like he was a valuable part of the team. And so and with George Cambadase, who did the artwork, I've been wanting to work with George for years, and I caught George like when he was just having like a little slow period, and I was just like, "Yo, you like Power Rangers?" And he was like, "Damn right I do." And I was like, "All right, let's do this." And so we worked out a deal, we worked it out, and we got it done. And once he finished the Power Rangers, this Power Rangers book, this dude has had mad gigs ever since. Like nice high profile gigs. He's doing like Comixology original joints. He's doing joints for Boom.
Wow.
So yeah, man, like I'm happy for him. Because this dude is blowing up the spot and he's getting worked. But like George, like he loved Power Rangers and he really wanted this book to look great, and he killed it.
All right, on you, Prime.
All right, so I have just a couple of narrative decision questions.
Talk to me.
All right, so were there any discussions going back and forth about how to get Zach's hairline right?
I knew the shape up was gonna come. I knew it was gonna come up. I knew the shape up was gonna come up. I knew it.
See, I was going to be professional, but Prime didn't, and I was like, all right, we broke the ice. We're good. We're good. We're golden.
Gotta keep that same energy. We gotta keep the same energy, man. We never consistent here.
It's tradition. I hope he don't ever see y'all out in the street for real. I really hope you don't ever.
He is.
I'm waiting. I'm literally waiting for like I'm at San Diego, and all of a sudden, what's up, CJ? Bam! I get the fade from Zach. And I'm like, I deserved that. I deserved every bit of that. I really did.
No, see, and I'm be straight up with you. When George was drawing the pages and he was drawing Zach, internally I was saying, please make his shape up look tight, because like I don't want Prime to be talking about his shape up.
Yo, see, that's the thing. It ain't even Prime. It's me. It's D. Whenever we do our little discussion, like, trust me, it wasn't like I feel like me and D are a bad influence on Prime, because me and D were the first people that went on his shape up, and Prime was like, well, I found kindred spirits because I was going to go on them too. I was like, okay, we found there's three of us now. All right, we're good.
Yeah,
we're good.
Y'all was killing me on that Green with Evil commentary about his shape up. And here's the thing. I never paid attention to the lack of shape up until y'all said that. And then I started watching the old episodes again. And I'm just like, damn, they couldn't hire a black barber for him.
We've come a long way because, you look at the recent Power Rangers, Devin's shape up is like on point. Like
yeah. Well, the game has been stepped up tremendously.
Let's be real, though. He's coming to set like that. He's not doing that shit on set. You know he's not.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But on a serious note, though, yeah. So why the decision to have Zach and Adam, and have Adam be the Mastodon Ranger, and not say like swap him out or have him be the Ninja Black Ranger?
I had a lot of people ask me that after that joint came out, and like my whole thing was for this is that because the way Forever Red worked, and how in Forever Red Steve Cardenas was supposed to be in it, and if he was going to be there, he would have supposedly been a ninja, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay. So but like Forever Red is, because it takes place after Lightspeed Rescue, so we haven't got to Wild Force yet. Okay, cool. So we hadn't got to Wild Force yet to get to Forever Red. So technically, the Adam that we're using, because in the timeline this takes place. Let's see. This takes place in TV continuity. I want to say it's before Lightspeed Rescue, I believe.
So after Friend in Need and all that stuff, basically.
Yeah, and so like Adam still has the morphing abilities from Power Rangers in Space episode, but like things have been tweaked a little bit. Like the morpher's fixed. The grid is good. Everything is fine. Now later on, because like the next unofficial book I want to do, When Time Allows, I want to get into the whole Master Morpher thing, because like, yeah, we've seen it on Tommy in that one episode of Ninja Steel, which should have been an hour long and not a half hour, and But that's another story.
Trust me, me and Prime talked about. I was like, this could have been a good two-parter, but all right.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, it should have been. It should have been
take
two
scraps.
but you just take what you can get. So, but I want to talk about the Master Morpher stuff and how, like in my head, and if you're using TV continuity, Tommy wasn't the first to get it. It's the free, like, you get to see it first with Tommy in that Ninja Steel episode, but because the Rangers are everywhere and there's tons of Rangers now, you can do a story that says, okay, let's say I'm not going to give away in my mind who actually got the first Master Morpher, and is in, like, from there who developed it, and then from there who else gets them. Because the thing is with the Master Morpher is it's like, yeah, Tommy shouldn't be the only one that has one. A lot of the cats from like the first couple of seasons should have them. And then you can do the thing where Rocky can turn Red and Ninja. And so, or Adam can turn, Black Ranger, Ninja Black Ranger, Zeo Green, Turbo Green. You know what I mean? So he should be able to do all those too. So like, because even in the regular TV show, there's some continuity. There's some continuity issues, especially with Ninja Steel. Because now I think about that, I'm like, if Tommy got one, why don't Rocky have one?
Yeah.
Why don't Cat have one?
Yeah, they really made that the Tommy show on that one.
So yeah, but no, I know I'm glad you asked that because, and I'll be honest with you too. At the same time, a lot of it is that like I also kind of put season 3 of Power Rangers out of my head because season 3 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is very rough to watch. It's very rough.
Yeah, it is definitely because I think that was, if I remember correctly, that was a season that they filmed the movie, right?
Yeah, that was the season they filmed the movie.
Yeah.
In filming the movie, because the movie technically was a 20th Century Fox joint, and with Saban, the issue is that okay, they can't use that for TV, so basically they got to redo the movie for television
while they're in Australia.
They're in Australia, I was just like, yo, this is absolutely wild. I was like, I seen the movie already. Why we got to do the story again?
Yeah.
But like the whole, like, I didn't mind the ninja stuff, but at the same time, man, like, it was just, they had to like do so much original stuff, and so much of it was bad.
Yeah, but the biggest thing, like, because we as fans, we always have these ideas of Power Rangers and stuff, and I remember back in the day of the message board era and stuff, like people put their fan fiction out there and stuff, and good chunk of it was pretty bad, and some of it was good ideas and stuff. So, you writing this story, how do you keep yourself from not going too crazy with the story to where it goes into like, okay, this is getting a little fan fiction-y here?
Right. I made sure that like, I watched like tons of episodes, like especially like in writing this, like before writing it, I think I probably watched I watched some episodes from the Saban era. Then I watched some episodes from like the Disney era when like the Disney era was real good. Like, so watching a Forever Red or watching watching Ninja Storm episodes, because Ninja Storm's like one of my favorite series, and even watching like some Dino Thunder stuff, and then watching watching some of the Hasbro era Power Ranger shows as well, and like so making sure that like we keep things within a certain realm, and we don't go overboard, because for me, like, this is kind of like, you could kind of say Total Eclipse is kind of like a Forever Black episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, okay, so if we're doing like kind of like our version of Forever Red, but with Black Rangers, let's make sure that we don't take it too far. We don't take it too far because like I said, I want to keep it in as if you're watching a TV episode. And outside of the Operation Overdrive Once a Ranger 2-parter, everything else has been 1-parter. So I'm like, okay, all those special episodes have been 1-parters. So I said, you know what, let's make it, when they read it, they felt like they just finished watching like a 24 minute episode. So yeah, I was going to make sure that like it didn't get super fan fiction-y. And also, like I said before, it's one of those things where I just wanted to show people that, we can do this and do it polished. And so it's not absurd. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even though Super Sentai and Power Rangers can be very absurd.
Oh,
but like, you know what I mean? It can be mad absurd, but I love it. And so like really it was like a love letter to the TV show and at the same time showing love to some of my favorite Rangers at the same time.
Oh, cool. You got anything, Prime?
I have to say I really liked. I don't know. I'm I'm a contrarian. I'm an asshole. Like I like that were dropped in the story because I'm like I'm not gonna get any answers right now, and that's kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
But in the first course, it's just the appetizer, just a little taste.
Yeah.
But like I said, I read it in one sitting. I flipped through it a couple of times after I was done. Well, not flip through, but flip through because I have a fucking tablet. I do the flip motion when I read.
Yeah.
So I thumbed through it a couple of times. And I gotta say, like I really do like what you said about trying to capture that feel of a 22-minute episode. I have to say, sir, you have succeeded.
Oh, thank you.
You captured that energy, you captured that feel, and I was actually really curious about. There are a couple of the questions I want to answer, but I don't know how and when we're going to get those answers. But that's just me again being a Quincharian and being greedy.
No, I understand, and like trust me, you're not the only one that felt that way.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, let's just say all cards on the table. Somebody boom pick this up. You remake, or would you come up with a whole brand new story, or use that pitch that you had in the back of the end of this story?
It all depends.
Yes.
I'm sorry, you were breaking up. My bad.
Yeah, you broke up a little bit.
No, it's all good.
Ah, no.
Without you giving the whole form away.
Oh, okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you now. Yes.
Comcast. Okay. What can I'm trying to figure out what can I ask you without you giving the farm away, but still get some nuggets. So this is why we're professional. I probably should have wrote some questions down before you came on the show. That's my bad.
We're consummate professionals, Prime. You know this. This is how it works.
I mean, we're top of the world, top flight, baby. Best top of the world. So I guess other than just blacker than black, all things black, all black, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any other conscious decision to why you decided to do unofficial Forever Black?
No, like this is the story I've been wanting to tell for a very long time. There are like 4 Power Ranger stories that I have written, that I have written or plotted out like over like the last 20 years, and this was one of them. And some things had changed, like the premise for Total Eclipse had been in my, like I said, I had that in outline like 5 years ago, and the only difference was that originally I didn't have Magna Defender in it, and I didn't have the Phantom Ranger. And so fast forward, and I was like, why don't I have Phantom Ranger in this? I'm like, that's stupid. You got to have Phantom Ranger. That's one of your favorite Rangers. So then I was like, but like now this team is all dudes, and it takes place within like TV continuity within a certain point, and I'm like, we need a lady on the squad too. So I was like, well, wait a minute, let's play with this whole Cassie Phantom Ranger thing, and let's put her in the book. Let's put her in the book. And so like that's one thing I'm kind of glad that like I waited so long to do this, because like I forgot how much I love like Mike, aka Magna Defender, and he doesn't have a big role in the book, but still he's a visually stunning character. He just looks mad cool. And and plus like Phantom Ranger still to this day, there's a lot of stuff that like that we still don't know that Phantom Ranger can do. So I'm like, well, let's just play with that mystery. Let's play with the mythos of Phantom Ranger, and let's just say Cassie has the powers now. We don't explain it. We'll talk about it later, but it adds to that mystery, and like it makes people want more. And like you was talking about the in the digital comic, which you can get at PowerRangersComic.com, for free. You get it for free. If you want to donate some cash, that's great. But otherwise, you can get it for free. PowerRangersComic.com. You can get it. But in the back of that book, I was talking about the Power Ranger story that we tried to pitch to Boom. And then what happened with that? 2015. That was 2015 in the fall, in October. That was around the time that Boom had said, we got the license to Power Rangers. We're going to do a Power Rangers book. I picked up my phone, I texted Julian, and I was like, yo, we got to put a pitch together. And then we called like our homie Martheus Wade and was like, yo, can you just give us some like concept artwork and whatnot? And he had some like Ranger drawings of just Rangers. And I was like, yo, just give us that just as proof of that you can draw Rangers. And so we had this like little pitch packet. And I was like, I'm going to find a Boom editor. I'm going to hand it to him or her or them and just say, yo, if you need somebody to do backup stories, I know Kyle Higgins is your dude. I know y'all ain't going to take Kyle Higgins off. But if you need some backup stories, we here. Check out this pitch packet. Never ran into any Boom editors. I ran to Kyle Higgins. That was not fun. So,
hold on, don't gloss over that. Hold on, I'm peaked.
Was that bad, or was it just like, it just didn't work out?
It was just, like, look, here's the deal. Like, I don't expect like a lot of pros to like talk with folks and be like, yeah, just talk to so and so and get you on. He's just very, very standoffish. And that's like, I was like, look, and internally, I'm like, I'm not coming for your job. My whole thing was just that, like, look, I'm like, and I asked us, like, do they need somebody to write backup stories if you need a break, and stuff like that. It was never a thing of, yo, I'm coming for your job, so you better go look for something else. No, you know what I mean? Like, no, it wasn't like that at all. It just like, he didn't like, he wasn't having it, and I was just like, I shook his hand and it was all clammy, and I was just like, So I was like, okay, all right, cool, thanks for your time, bye. Like I went about my way. So yeah, but no hard feelings, none whatsoever. But it is what it is. But like that story that we tried to pitch, it's a thing of, and this is the thing that like I was hoping that the Power Rangers comic would do, like not retell stories and make them either more edgy or more current for current time. Let's talk about just all the gaps. Let's talk about the gaps. That was our take. Our take was, let's talk about the gaps, and let's also talk about how Zordon is honestly the smartest dude. Like, Zordon is essentially like Batman in the sense that, like, Batman got like, okay, if this hero goes berserk, I got this remedy. If so-and-so does this, I got this ready. Zordon always has a plan, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yeah. Always, the whole Zordon era, like, he always had a plan. He always had a plan. And so that's why, like, in that pitch, like I said, if you get the digital book, you'll see the pitch in the back. You find out that, oh, yeah, him and Phantom Ranger was homies a long time ago. They've been homies for, like, a long time.
That makes sense.
And that's the thing, like, Zordon always has a plan. If the Rangers can't do X, if the Rangers can't do X, I got somebody, or I'm working on something to make sure that they got backup. And so like, that's the one thing we wanted. That's the one thing we wanted to do. We kind of just wanted to show how, like, Zordon isn't manipulative in a bad way. He just wants to protect these kids, but at the same time, he needs these kids, but at the same time, he also needs a ton of fail-safes. Yeah. So he's always got something running. So, and like, that's the thing, like, I really wanted to see. And like I said, I understand why they go with Tommy stuff. I get it. I get it. I legitimately get it. I legitimately get it because he's always been popular. He's always been that dude. Fans love him. I get it. I more than get it. And I know now they're trying to do Jason stories and Jason and Trini stories and stuff like that. And all that's cool and all that's great. It's just that, like, for me, it's just my personal opinion, because, like, I read a couple of the Shattered Grid stories, and I'm just like, yo, why are we snapping people's necks? Once again, that's not shade. My whole thing is, once again, I'm thinking of this from, like, a TV perspective. I'm just like, yo, man, we ain't never snapped no necks in no Power Rangers TV show. Like, we ain't never snapped no necks in like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, or Power Rangers Turbo, or Turbo a Power Rangers movie, or even like the 2017 Power Rangers movie. Yeah, there's some, like, there's some, like, some hardcore stuff up in there, but ain't nothing crazy. It's just Jason smacking people. you know, just being just like, no, I'm just gonna smack you in the face. You ain't gonna do nothing about it. I'm gonna smack Rita in the outer space. You know, I'm just gonna be disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know, but it's nothing severe. You know, and so it's now folks gonna be like, man, they gonna run straight to Ryan Perry, but man, he dogging your book, and I'm like, no, I'm not dogging this book. I just like, I guess like my whole thing is this isn't your parents' Power Rangers type attitude. Don't fly with me.
No,
that's about we bound the same wavelength on that, dog.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like there has to be. Always felt that there was going to be a balance because I think me and Prime talked at length like from years ago when they put out the Ari Sanker put out the that Power Ranger thing, and I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh my God, it was great," and it's like, look, if everybody likes it, that's cool. But I always said it's a school of thought of like there should be a balance there because once you go into like, oh, they're doing drugs, it's like, really? Like I guess, I mean.
Vinci and I was the same way. I was the exact same way, and I'm just like,
even
nah.
Sentai doesn't go that hardcore with it. I'm like,
yeah, not a fan of the edgelord stuff. Like you can do mature without being try hard.
So.
Yeah, man. And it's fun. It's funny. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but like the 2 Power Ranger books I read, from like the ones that Parrot did. Like I said, the Marguerite Bennett stuff I was cool with because the material that she was given, I was like, okay, so this is the material that you're given, and this is, I'm like, you're doing a great job with this material. You know, with this like random team of Rangers and this new made up Ranger and all this other stuff. I'm like, Marguerite and the squad did a great job with that. Like no problems with that. I'm good with that. But like, you know, like I said before, the Power Rangers Pink miniseries, which now technically doesn't exist because Shattered Grid reset everything, and that's ridiculous as hell. You know, Pink was good. Like I really liked Pink. Pink felt like a TV miniseries.
Yeah.
You know, but like the 2 Shattered Grid books I read, not Shattered Grid, but the 1 Shattered Grid copy I read, and the one of the issues of Power Rangers that has the Omega Rangers in it.
Was it Go-Go?
Both of those issues I read, somebody got their neck snapped, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? I was like, okay. I was like, all right. I was like, we just snapping necks. Okay, fine. I just put it down. You know, like I said, it's no shade. It's no disrespect. It's just that, like I said before, when I watch Power Rangers and when I read Power Rangers, it should be among the same wavelengths. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess we can continue on, but yeah. Do you want to get folks? You got any new stuff, material that they may maybe be able to peep that you got coming up? Or where they can find you at and such?
No problem. Okay, I got a Kickstarter launching February the 21st, which is a Friday.
Okay.
It's for a debut comic called Ignition.
Okay.
It's a racing / driving thriller comic, and it's for the debut issue. It's going to be on Kickstarter. You can go to theignitioncomic.com, and that will take you straight to the Kickstarter when it launches on February 21st at 11:45 a.m. EST,
cool.
Eastern Standard Time. So there's that. You can also find me on Twitter at Shawn R. Pryor. You can get the Power Rangers comic at Total Eclipse at PowerRangersComic.com. So. You know, and like even there, when you go there, you'll see some other stuff that I've done. And you can also go to ShawnPryor.com, and that will take you straight to my Amazon page, and you'll see like all the quote-unquote professional stuff I've done, from comics, from miniseries, prose books for kids, and children's books. So I stay busy. Also, I brought back Cousin Curtis in Power Rangers Total Eclipse. We don't talk about Cousin Curtis enough.
We don't.
I found Curtis, y'all. Found Curtis. Curtis disappeared like Billy Ocean on that TV show. We ain't know where he went. I found him.
Oh man, the good old days. Cousin Curtis. When we knew Power Rangers had more than just a mother and a father. It's like, oh, they got cousins. All right, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Well, Trini had a niece, so that counts. It did show.
And Cousin Sylvia.
Yeah, Cousin Sylvia. I forgot about. Yeah. So that's true. That is true. So on with the news here. The biggest news that came out this week, Hasbro and their infinite wisdom. I can't be mad at this. They're putting out the Lord Zed and Rita anniversary set.
Oh,
Lightning Collection. Papa bless. Did you see the Lord Zed had silver fingers fingertips.
I saw that, and I think that's what made people not be as pissed off that they're getting another Lord Zed. So I get that, and it's only for $49.99 at GameStop. So thank God it's not a Walgreens exclusive, or else I would have to punch somebody at Walgreens for that, like Hasbro, honestly, because I swear the big look. I think Walgreens is a great place if you got to go in there and get some stuff, but toys is the last place I'm expecting to buy stuff, and that armored Black Ranger was a bitch and a half to try to get through Walgreens because those employees don't give a shit about stocking up that kind of stuff. So it's like you have to, and I think Prime said, how many times did you got to go to Walgreens to find that Black Ranger?
Man, one too many. I told you I had a map of all the Walgreens in my area, and I had to do like a perimeter sweep going to each one.
So yeah, I'm thankful that GameStop is a haven to get these kind of stuff. At least GameStop is serving a purpose now. Because it could be worse. It could be Walmart where you gotta like roll the dice and fight somebody and stuff in order to get it. So thank God for that. Thank God. Or Target. So one of the two.
I got lucky on the Armored Ranger. When like, cause I remember I was like, man, I really want that, and I was like, cause I wanted to see if Zach was going to have the shape up. And for real, like I'm dead serious. I was like, I wanted to see how his shape up was going to look and how his head sculpt would look. So I was like, I wanted to get one. And so I went through all of our Walgreens one day, couldn't find it, went a couple of times, and I was just like, no, I'm not doing this no more. So I went on the website, and it was on the Walgreens website, and I was like, do I really want to pay this extra $3 or $4 for shipping? No. And I was like, well, this might be my only chance, so let me just go ahead and cop it. And that's how I got mine. But like, yeah, man, these exclusives, man, are ridiculous, man.
Yeah, because I was expecting this one for reading Lord Zed to be like a San Diego exclusive, which would have double pissed me off because I'm taking a break from San Diego this year, so I would have been like, damn, this sucks. You know, but hey, good on them. 25th anniversary is $49.99, so that's actually a pretty good price, actually. So they clearly, somebody at Hasbro has finally figured out a good price point to where they're not doing that. But also, there's a rumor, put this with a grain of salt, people, Hasbro is doing a Legacy Dragon Dagger, to which I'm like, why? Because we already got one with Bandai, so I don't know whether this is Hasbro flexing on Bandai or not. I don't know.
Yeah, is that what everybody was tripping out on Twitter today about? Because I saw a lot of people talking about Hasbro, but I didn't understand what were they.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. It was that rumor about them doing a Dragon Dagger, and a lot of people, including myself, were just like, "Why can't we just do another weapon?"
Why? I'm like, okay, like I understand, I get it. Like you got to pan into the nostalgia bait. Like this is their G1
power.
And I mean,
shit.
I mean, give me the power of anything. Like, shit, give me the power what's that fucking cannon from season 2? Give me that shit. Anything.
Yep.
Anything but Howard again. Like, no disrespect and no shade to Hasbro. Like, y'all been knocking it out of the park with the Lightning Collection so far, for the most part. There is no way in hell you're going to top the Legacy Collection Dragon Dagger. It's like you can't. That was literal perfection.
I remember getting that in the mail, and I was like, this beats out the fucking one from the 90s by leaps and bounds. Like,
yeah.
Sorry, Tori, like, you're in the closet.
No contents. No contents.
That was default until Bandai was like, oh yeah, we finally got a better one, so you can kind of put that away. Because basically, if you were cosplaying as the Green Ranger, you either got somebody to actually do a like commission prop version of the toy of the show version, or you're using the toy one from the 90s. So
yes,
that was your option. So
I mean, you could do the Dragon Shield, dog. You can do
so you're giving them ideas, Prime. You're giving them good ideas. Like,
got options, man. Like, come on.
I will say this: the thing with Hasbro, like MMPR, that's their thing. Like, that's their future. They're like, okay, that's their future, and like they are sold specifically on that. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure, yep. and I'm not sure like how much further like they want to go out or how much further they want to go, because I know like, you know, the Beast Morpher toys do pretty well, but like my whole thing is that for them they're just like, okay, this is a new thing, so MMPR, this is where it started, and everybody loves the Green Ranger, and so let's put the focus on MMPR, and you know, like, and that goes from like the toys to the comics, because my whole thing is this: Beast Morphers is really good. Kids talk about it all the time. The toys sell. You mean to tell me you don't have a comic? And I'm not saying
that is weird though. That is kind of strange a little bit. Like not even a mini series comic to like play off the show. That's kind of weird.
Or like some type of like just little trade paperback. So like it's just available at Target or comic book stores or wherever that kids can grab. Like it makes no sense to me. But like MMPR is their future and it's not going away. You're going to get a ton of MMPR stories and MMPR toys, which is like I said, which is fine. Which is fine. I just hope that they start to mix it up a little bit.
Well, I mean, that's why that's why a lot of people are liking the Lightning collection because it's varied, right? It's like you're getting your MMPR, but they're like, no, here's some Beast Morphers, here's something from Lost Galaxy, here's something from Dino Charge. So they clearly varying up on that. So now it's just like, okay, can we bring it all together on the other stuff?
Yeah, right. Only like as a Transformer guy, like I am not surprised that Hasbro was all in on Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, considering how Hasbro has always been all in on Generation 1. So like it's not even like if I were to reach over and touch how many Optimus Primes I own that look like True Optimus Prime, I'm not gonna be shamed because Optimus Prime is my dude, but I'm just saying like they're gonna nostalgia bait like a motherfucker. That's just what Hasbro does. Hasbro gonna Hasbro. So I'm not shy. That's why all this debate going on now. People are like, "Oh man, are they gonna do Tokyuger? Are they gonna do Q Ranger?" I'm like, y'all, all of y'all need to shut the fuck up because you know Hasbro is doing Real Soldier. Don't even doubt that shit. Like Hasbro is salivating at the mouth.
Dinosaurs. Oh boy, let's go.
They're like, oh baby, give it to me now.
Also get ready for also get ready for Lightning Collection Pink with Green Ranger Dragon Shield. You know that's coming. You know it's coming.
It's on the list.
And me is going to be in the mirror with the clown putting on the clown makeup like, I'm going to buy it, am I? Yep, going to buy it.
Oh yeah, they gonna get you no matter what.
They get me somehow. It's like, God damn it, they got me. They got me.
If you can find it.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, so if it's not a San Diego exclusive and stuff, because dear God, that one that I got Prime, the Armored Red Ranger with the Gold Ranger thing, that shit was selling like hotcakes in San Diego last year.
I know it was. And aren't you salty because isn't there a rumor like they're going to release the Gold Ranger as a standard figure by himself?
Yes.
I don't feel bad because, like I said, I got Armored Red Ranger and I got Gold Ranger. I don't care at this point. It's like whatever. I mean, it's like now they're putting out with the Lightning Collection regular Red Ranger. And I'm like, that's cool, but I got Armored Red Ranger. I'm good. I mean, but
did you see that that toy line they do with the deluxe figures?
Yeah.
What them shit's called? Yeah. They're doing one with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, right? Yeah, I know. Hold your shot, guys. I know. Hasbro released Mighty Morphin Power Rangers toy. But did you see the helmet on that Red Ranger that's coming out though? Like it looks. That's actually like the best mold they've done of that helmet.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like in any range, like. How is that possible? Like, why does the preschool toy get the best helmet? What the fuck?
Because clearly, they figure that, these 3-year-olds got the eye of a collector. So they're like, we got to not fuck this up for the 3-year-olds, all right? Let's not screw that up.
Like, look, we're still getting blowback from Jermaine Jackson. So let's try to get this shit all together.
let's get him while they're young. He's 1 year old. He has to know the difference.
Oh, wow.
We can't keep getting roasted on them damn podcasts, man. What the fuck is the Prime Gundam? And why do people keep adding us Jermaine Jackson?
Swear to God, man. I feel people do unknowingly listen. And it's like I said, I swear, Zach is going to fade one of us. Look, I said I'm going to Power Morphicon, so I sense that I have a spider sense that Zach is going to put the fade in my hands.
Look, I need somebody with a camera, like a video camera, streaming CJ the whole time at Power Morphicon. Cause like when it happens, when the roundhouse jump kick happens, I just want to see it.
It's like, hip-hop keto, bitch. It's like, okay, Jesus Christ. All right, sorry, Zach. My bad. Jesus.
Oh man, but I'm for real. I never paid attention to like the lack of shape up until.
Dude, somebody put I swear to God, Twitter started this shit. Black Twitter started this shit. It wasn't even me and D. Somebody was like, and it was unfair to Walter because, like, look, it is what it is. But it was from a scene from Brink, right? Yeah. And it was like, I can't believe Walter walked out the house looking like that. And I was like, oh shit, he did look like that in Brink. Damn. Damn. Oh my God. How did I not remember that movie? And then it just spilled into, hey, what did he look like in Mighty Morphin? And then D was like, oh, yeah, it's on brand.
See, and that's why he came with the braids in season 2. He's
Oh
like,
yeah,
I ain't
yeah.
gonna
He's
talk
like,
about
I'm
my
tired
shape
of this
up no
shit.
more.
It's like we're going braids. So it is what it is. So Bandai again trying to get money out my wallet. I have yet to get any of the mini play Zords because of the price point, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to give away $75 for a mini play. But that Go-Go V Grand Liner though, I'm just like,
Ooh, baby.
I saw it and I was
Sexy.
like, I mean it's 13,000 yen, so that's like $130 here, I believe. Yeah, I think it's about. I think it adds up to that amount.
Did you see the fucking scale though?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. Look, that's why I appreciated about Lightspeed Rescue when they debuted that Super Train Megazord and it was like towering over the two monsters. I was like, that's how you do scale.
Yeah.
That's how you're supposed to do it. Don't make the Super Train the same size as the monster. Like, no, that shit's huge. You got to like really show like how huge it is and stuff. So I was, you know what, man. That's why I'm like, yeah, they would never do Tokuger, but if they really wanted to, I think Bandai would probably, take a gamble on that. Maybe.
Oh, Tokuger. If I'm not mistaken, that shit was huge in Japan because Japan loves trains.
Yeah. There's a pocket of America here that loves trains, but I guess they're like, nah, not all kids. And I'm like, I guess, but,
Or maybe Thomas just has that shit on lock. They never know.
You know what? Thomas the Train did have things on lock. You're probably right on that one.
Oh yeah, Thomas held down the whole community for a good period of time. Even George Carlin was on that.
I swear, if George Carlin's alive, I'd be like, yo, get George Carlin to promote Tokuger in America. Boom, done.
Like the big issue is like also with Tokuger is like that show like talks about depression. And and like I like, and the thing is that when they bring the show over and they take this out here, put this in here, or change storylines or whatever, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if y'all know what to do with that.
It's like you figure it out, then we'll go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Beast Morphers is coming back this weekend, isn't it?
I believe it is.
Yeah, it's coming back this weekend. There was a trailer for it, and I was like, yeah, but I'm still happy for the show to come back. So there's that. So balance. But it is what it is and stuff. Also this weekend, Toy Fair.
Oh.
Which means Bluefin is going to probably be whoring out all the Kamen Rider stuff that they've been throwing at everybody in those questionnaires and the emails. So I hope you guys been answering those questionnaires because, yeah, they're going to be definitely whoring out a lot of stuff because Bluefins is bringing back. I think they're bringing in all of like some of the Kamen Rider drivers. Cause I think they're debuting the DX Sengoku driver at Toy Fair.
Mm. So. I gotta say, like, their commitment to this has been pretty strong.
I didn't see it coming, to be honest. I was like, oh, y'all really are bringing this. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah. And
they're hitting at DVDs and streaming like Shout Factory. Me and Prime looking at each other like, okay, I would love to see how everybody reacts to these releases because this could be good.
Yeah.
I am begging. I only have one wish. Please. Please give it to me. Just do it.
I mean, they already shot Ultraman in our veins, so it's like this will be like ODing on all this stuff. Just
like a toy man. I've been telling y'all for years. Subaru said y'all gonna like this Ultraman shit by hook or by crook.
It's like you like steelbooks. You like steelbooks? Here you go, steelbook Ultraman. It's like, god damn it, you got me.
You like anime? Here you go, 3D animated. You like comic books? Hey, look, we're partnering with Marvel comic books. Y'all are gonna like this shit. You are going to like this shit.
When Discotech put out Just Beyond, I was like, oh, Discotech is low key. Like, you like Metal Hero? Boom, there you go. You might get more, maybe.
Oh yeah,
we'll see.
I got my copy 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah. Like, look, I appreciate that show just because, like, I need a VR Trooper fix. So it's like, if I, I'll watch that, and I'll also watch, the Space Sheriff series. But still, that was like. This is actually pretty dope. I hope they keep bringing it on because I think the people in America need to see some B-Fighter. And B-Fighter, they need that.
They keep going. We might get fucking Gavin. It's all on the same fucking line.
Dude, Ninja Steel already gave us Old Boy that popped up in that show.
Yeah, I was really surprised.
I was shocked they used it. I was like, they used it.
Yeah, I was really, really shocked. I was like, I was like, we're doing this? I was like, oh, okay, let me sit down and watch this episode. And I was like, well, the lesson you're really trying to tell here isn't really that good, but it was cool that I got to see this character though.
So it's like when me, Prime, and a couple other people reminisced about Megaforce and how they didn't give two shits of showing those out of like the non-MMPR suits. It was like, fuck it, throw it in the show. We don't care. Just do it.
And I tweeted about this. A couple of weeks ago. Do you remember that dude who had that Excel sheet that was going around? Like he broke down each episode.
Yeah.
Like suit by footage was like, okay, this episode had this pre Jew Ranger suit. This suit used this suit from this show, and he's like, he presented this case. It was like, if Saban wanted to, they could expertly cut around with filming new scenes and inserting them without having to see a single pre-Jew suit. Saban went, that's nice. Fuck it, do whatever we want. Cool story, bro.
I swear, I watched Super Mega Force. In that episode, they should have died Ranger suit. I'm excited, but like, I swear to you, my younger cousin is just like, where are those suits? I was like, oh, that's right. You never seen Die Ranger, have you? Yeah, that's a show. Yeah.
And maybe I'm alone in this. But I felt like if they had just stopped at Die Ranger, because I think that is like a nice little shout out to the fans. Like, oh, you're finally using Die Ranger, Power Rangers.
It looks like the White Ranger suit. All right, cool. You know.
Yeah, that'd have been cool. But then they kept going.
They used original footage with what was the two series? They had Red Ranger as MMPR Red.
Or they had like, what was it? Change Man?
Yeah.
Was it Dynaman?
Live Man.
Yep.
Was it like Live Man and Mask Man? Like, what the fuck?
That was definition of no fucks given. It's like, usually when you do original scenes, you do MMPR and stuff they're familiar with. You went backwards.
Then it kills me, the scene that they swapped out to replace with that shit, it all used Power Ranger suits. So like, y'all went out of your fucking way. You went out of the way.
We talked about Super Mega. We talked about Megaforce and how just bizarre decision making was just like, what? Okay, I guess. All right, whatever.
It's like that hard Ryan Reynolds. Okay, but why?
Yeah.
It was just weird. I guess for me, it was just weird because it was like, okay, Megaforce is like, I enjoyed like the first half, like Megaforce, like Power Rangers Megaforce. I was like, hey, this is entertaining. It was kind of like a low key, quiet Power Rangers reboot in a lot of ways, because it felt like they were just rebooting Power Rangers. I mean, they're or they always reboot series, but it just felt different. I was like, no, I enjoy this. This is good. And then they were like, then it felt like, oh, that is right. We got an anniversary. Mm-hmm. Let's just put all this together real fast. I was like, wait a minute, I got a morpher to then use another morpher to then turn into. I was like, no, to turn the Gokaiger.
Turn into that exhibit meme. Like, I got a car and I pimped your car to be on top of this. Like, okay,
right? And I was like, okay, this is weird. Now, like I said, once again, I know it's a kid show. I get it. Follow Power Rangers like since it started. I get it. But at the same time, I'm like, y'all just could have stayed with Megaforce, and we could have talked about the anniversary, and you could have had a special anniversary episode, and then had this really cool, like, awesome Gokaiger series that could have done so much stuff, and they're like, nah, sorry, fam.
We're good.
But see, we don't want to do that. That makes sense.
I mean,
are you new here?
Everybody was salivating when Saban teased about Gokaiger being used for Megaforce, and everybody was like, oh shit, Saban's actually smart. He's going to use... Oh, you're using Goseiger. Okay. Oh, damn.
Don't you love that bullshit ass excuse they gave us, like, oh, we can't skip shows. You a goddamn lie. How dare you?
It's just like you just now went backwards to Beast Morphers and Go Busters, so
that's
clearly...
what I'm saying.
Well,
I'm like,
Hasbro wanted
Beast Morphers. Hasbro wanted Beast Morphers. My bad. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, because the thing was with Beast Morphers, it was a thing of like, because Go Busters, like Go Busters was specifically made for for Americans. Like when they made that, they was like, they say it's Morphin time, and then they would say let's Morphin, and I'm like, they made this specifically for American audiences, and it didn't do well over there. And Saban was like, no, we don't need that. And so then when Hasbro gets it, they're like, no. Bring that over here right now.
Oh, yeah.
Right
like,
now.
We can do that. But like you said, like Prime said, they're definitely going for Resoldier. Definitely. They already... doing that. I mean,
no questions asked.
hell, they just put out the latest episode. Literally gave us the first brown Power Ranger, and I was like, oh shit, all right, cool. So, yeah. But I guess we can get into the main course of this, which is Ultraman, the Ultimate Hero. A show.
AKA government name, Ultraman Powered.
Yeah, Ultraman Powered. Gotta go with government name too. This was an interesting series because so this was supposed to come out in America, and it never did. Which is interesting because I felt that this is a show that would have came out on WB. Not CW, kids. WB.
Nah, bro, it would have been on WGN. How dare you? How dare you give it that much push?
Yeah, you're right. Well, yeah, it is because it was WGN didn't win WB, I think.
No, I thought it was in my area. WGN was his own thing. Then it like died a slow death while WB was thriving with the dancing frog.
Oh yeah, so it's basically like here too. All right, yeah. So yeah. It would definitely been a WGN series, and yeah, they produced it, and it got 13 episodes. Ken Kasugi, son of Sho Kasugi, is the titular Ultraman Powered character.
AKA Ninja Black from Kaku Ranger.
Yeah, Ninja Black from Kaku Ranger and stuff. He's definitely one of those guys that's been in Toku, basically. So I wasn't.
He's an elder statesman.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I ain't mad at him.
Yeah, definitely. So I wasn't shocked that he was part of this production and stuff, but it was kind of interesting, like, that this never hit America, and I was always kind of curious, like, how come this never, like, it got a Blu-ray release in Japan, but it never came here, and I was always curious why that was. I never understood it.
So here's what I was able to uncover through my research. So, again, like I've been saying on the show for years, Subaru said, you motherfuckers gonna like this Ultraman shit by hook or by crook. And one of their forays into trying to get Ultraman is the second U.S. produced Ultraman show. I think the first one was the cartoon, wasn't it? Yeah, this is the first live action one produced in America. And the cartoon was the first U.S. produced. So anyway, I don't know. This is just me. Now, this probably me doing speculation because this came out in, I believe, 1993 in Japan.
Yes.
So that means it had to have been in production. I'm gonna say maybe speculation, y'all. Speculation. Knock on wood. I can't corroborate any of this. This is just me speculating and guessing. So, knowing how word gets around, I'm pretty sure they're probably aware of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers when it was in production.
Yeah.
So they figured, okay, maybe the Americans might be more acceptable to this tokusatsu shit. So let's get our own thing off the ground. And instead of, doing what they're doing, which is filming American scenes, then splicing the Japanese footage, let's build this wholly from the ground for America. So Subaru partnered with, what is the name of that company?
Havoc Entertainment. Major
Thank
Havoc
you.
Entertainment.
Thank you. So they partnered with Havoc to produce these 13 episodes to air specifically for America, but the hitch and the problem was they could not find a distributor.
Wow. That's shocking.
The only reason nobody wanted to air the show, which, if you watch the show, you kind of like, yeah, I can understand. Yeah. And then just that, like, it makes you wonder, like, so why did they go with 13 episodes? Because, like, who's going to pick up a 13-episode kid series in 1993 in America when you wanted that magic syndication number of at least 30, 32, or maybe even 50? So,
Well, it could have been a thing where it's like, we just play this on Saturdays.
Yeah, that too.
Because, like, with Power Rangers, it was different. People forget, like... See, people think that, like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, when that first started, it was like, yeah, they automatically picked up for 50-something episodes. It's like, no.
No.
Saban got them on the hook for like 30 episodes from jump. Like, oh yeah, we got 30 episodes, so yeah, let's go.
If y'all remember, they put the show on Saturday to die because nobody had faith in it.
Well, actually, they debuted it at night, like on a Friday night. Then they put it out on Saturday.
I'm sorry, I take that back. I'm giving y'all fake news. What's old homegirl's name? Who was at Fox at the time? I think she was the only one that believed in it because she was the one that greenlighted. But everybody else is like, fuck these spandex. Fuck these spandex fucks.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like it blew up on Saturdays, and it was like, okay, well, we'll keep it on Saturday, but we'll just put it on in the morning at like 7:30, in the morning 5 days a week, and we'll see how that goes. And then it blew up some more, and they was like, oh, well, maybe we need to put it on in the afternoon then, huh? Like, I ain't never seen a company want something to die so bad my entire life. I'm like, don't y'all like money?
I mean, but it's, the thing with Ultraman, though, Ultraman Powered, what was interesting is that, like, they had some ideas because you had, like, clearly this is automatically in my head, I went straight to Ultraman Tiga because it's the same thing. They got a team of people of this big government organization that's out to fight aliens and stuff. Winner.
Love the acronym, by the way. Chef fingers. Mwah, that's beautiful.
And they're there to fight aliens and stuff. Kai is the lucky soul that ends up merging with Ultraman, and he's there to save the day to fight against the monsters and stuff. And then the finale is basically, oh yeah, by the way, those monsters you fight, yeah, we were just kind of, jotting down ways to beat you after you fought all those monsters the first 12 episodes, so now we're going to whoop your ass episode 13. I'm like, okay.
Flip notes, bitch. Gotcha.
well, here's my problem with that. Here's my problem with that. The fights, though.
Okay. So.
The fights weren't really fights as much as they was, yo man, I'm just gonna push you a little bit.
Block some moves and that's it.
Yeah, I'll block a move. Yo, I'm just gonna kick you in the leg real quick. Hold on one second. I'm just gonna kick. It's not really gonna be a strong kick, but I'm just gonna kick you. The fight choreography is horrible. I understand it was the 90s, but even back then, like someone that as a kid grew up watching Ultraman, and then back in the 90s when TNT was replaying Ultra 7.
Bruh, the kicker about this is that what was weird is that I get that they were doing the same thing they were doing in Japan. They had the big prop city and they had all that stuff, but I think goes to what you're saying. I think they forgot the other step. You need to have people that actually can fight in the suit.
Yes.
It's not just
to make it work.
Yes.
Not that. So fun story. So the reason why a lot of the fights resulted to shoving and pushing is because the suit work, which by the way, can I just give a shout out to I think it has some really impressive miniature work, and I think some of the suit designs are really good. I love Red King, and I love what they did to Zeton and the Baltons. Mm-hmm. But the reason why the fights resulted to light shoving and pushing is because the production crew was afraid of damaging the suits because they were very expensive. And if I remember right, I think one of the fights, one of the suits actually got pretty damaged and banged up and took days to repair, which held up production. So they said, yeah, let's just kind of put some kid gloves on this shit and let's not do that again.
Wow. How much are the suits in Japan though?
Which kills me. Yeah, which kills me because I'm like, you guys are working with Sabara Productions, I'm pretty sure there's some craftsmen over there that can help you. The suits for the time, they look pretty good. For the time, they look really good.
Yeah. They look great. The suits look great.
So I'm like, y'all couldn't have any communication back and forth, but how do you commute? Because meanwhile over in Japan, they're lighting them shits on fire off cliffs and shit. They don't give a fuck.
Really don't care. They're like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. Let's go.
I'm break it up. Literally light it on fire and throw it at them. Let's keep this shit going. So you couldn't talk to anybody to get some craft secrets. I understand you want the suits to look good, which by the way, when most of these shows, you question where the production budget goes. With this show, I can kind of see actually where all the money is going on this show. It's they're using every red ledger, every red cent to make this show happen, and I appreciate the effort. I appreciate it's good. You're doing good that way. It's just you have a couple of questionable decisions in other areas.
Yeah, I mean it's, and the thing of it is too that I did enjoy at least and this plays to my sensibilities. I already watched the Sentai. It felt, I ain't gonna say weird, but it threw me off. It's we have these American characters, Kai being the lone Japanese person and stuff, and that's not a bad thing. It's very diverse, group of people and stuff. But it just threw me off. I'm like, oh, this is Americans, and then the first episode literally has the cops shooting at a fucking monster, and I'm like, that's not gonna work. Those pistols are clearly not going to. Okay. All right, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I give the show this. It did kill people. They didn't gloss over. The next scene, I was yeah, we just found 2 cops dead. Oh shit, really? Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, going to the fight though, even the second episode where he's fighting the monster and he's grabbing it and having a hard time pushing, I'm like, oh, you guys really were kid gloving with this because he didn't do nothing, and then boom, all of a sudden break to his finisher move, and I was like, well, that was quick.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't you love like how mid-series they realize, wait a minute, doesn't Ultraman use beam attacks?
Yeah.
Let's just have him just throw shit. That works, right? That
No,
he's
yeah.
happy?
Definitely. I mean, but hey, look, we got a black guy in charge of Winter. I
Yes.
thought it was
Yo,
great.
He
Harrison
was running that
Page.
shit.
Yo, he was cool. Like when I watched the first episode, I started, pulled it up on YouTube, and I was like, all right, let me see what this is going to look like. And I was like, oh, okay, this is an American co-production, but like, oh, all right, American cast, all right. I'm like, looks kind of like Ultraman Towards the Future a little bit, but I was like, all right, cool, let's see what happens. And I was like, oh, Harrison Page. I was like, dude from Sledgehammer, the brother from the Sledgehammer Cop Show in the 80s. I was like, yeah, okay, I was hyped. I was so hyped. And then everything just goes so damn slow.
I mean, all the characters, you got Rob, Rick Sanders, ladies and gentlemen.
He needed to die. He needed to die. His character is not funny, and I know that's what was written. He did the best he could, what he was
Trying
given.
to be the comedic guy of the group.
He terrible.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
He needed to die. He needed to straight. I was like, look, if somebody ass get killed, let it be him. He gotta go.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I can't hate Sanders because, like, compared to the rest of the crew, at least he had a personality.
That is
like,
true. That is very true. Yes.
Like the last episode when they were taking him to the hospital, he was like, "Can I do the siren?" I was like, "I can't hate you, dude."
Yo, when he said that, I was like, you know what? You deserve.
Like, you know what, Rick?
You deserve that.
Okay.
That man. And then when the bosses attacked, and he was like, fuck this, I'm not going down without a fight. I was like, you know what, Rick? I'm not mad at you, dog.
We shot the monster with the bazooka. He's like, that's how you take down a monster. They come down. I'm like, I don't think that works, man.
I'm like, Rick, it's not working, but okay, dog. Just keep, whatever makes you feel better, my man. Just go ahead and keep doing it. It's cool. I mean, we said we're going to fire the laser one time, but you keep pressing the button. That's cool, Rick. Just cause whatever makes you feel great, dude. Just keep going. Just keep going.
I appreciated his tenacity. I have to really appreciate that. It's like, all right, it's great. It is great and stuff. It was weird too because like Kane playing Kai, he felt very wooden, which is weird because he never felt that way as Kaku Black. So it's like,
I just want to say, like, where's all his flavor? Because in Conquer Ranger, he's like one of the funniest fucking characters.
Yeah, I was like, why does he feel so? If you know what he feels like, how like back in the '90s when they had like an Asian person in like an American show, they feel very. It's like when Jackie Chan was in that movie when he
Protector.
Protector with Danny Alio, and he kind of felt stiff, right?
Which is weird because like it is again co-produced by Subaru because like, and you know, some of the scripts and ideas they're wholly recycled from OG Ultraman. So
yeah. I don't know. It's just weird because, like I said,
a lot of, and then again, to be fair, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but now that I'm thinking about it, like a lot of the dialogue is really stilted in the show. Like it isn't written by a native English speaker.
Yeah. Which shout outs to this one because this is a big pull. Stephen Wang was part of this production. Same guy that did Guyver Dark Hero, Guyver, and Kamen Rider Dragon Knight and stuff. Like he was behind like some of the stuff. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense now with some of the monster designs.
If I'm not mistaken, like they were supposed to run it, but like he had a really radical idea. I'm doing air quotes, radical idea. But Subaru was like, nah.
I mean, it's Steve Wang. He always has radical ideas. Come on now.
Like now I'm sitting there like. Once I read, I was like, what did he want to do? Like, what? Because, like, what did he want to do? Like, like, and this is just me thinking about the guy, where I'm like, oh, shit, what did he want to do? I have to know.
I guarantee you, when it got to, like, episode 12 or 13, Wayne was like, all right, guys, we got to really go nuts with this. And they're like, all right, Wayne, we can't do this. Nope. It's a great idea. I don't know if we got the budget for it, Wayne, but someday you might be able to do it. And he did it with Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, so there you go.
Yeah. Now I'm now you say that, I'm like, oh, maybe it's probably good we didn't see what he wanted to do. Oh, okay.
You know, I got a feeling like if Wang really did get carte just to do anything he wanted to, this series would have been batshit insane. I'll be like, you know what? I'm all aboard this.
I mean, like I always say, man, I'd rather motherfuckers miss aiming for the moon than shoot themselves in the foot pointing at the ground.
Yeah.
I find it funny that Sho Kazuki actually dubbed Kai's voice in the Japanese dub of the show.
That is fucking hilarious. You got to keep it in the family, dog.
Yeah.
Keep it in the family.
Yeah, it's just funny.
Hey, man.
Like, yeah, cool.
Show got to get them checks, man. Show got to get them checks.
But it felt weird. Like I said, the fight scenes, they felt weird. It's like there was a story there, right? I was fine with the typical Monster of the Week storyline. Like they go to a farm at one point, and there's a monster underground, and they clearly are flying the the prop model plane in the air, and stuff in circles and stuff.
I'm like, I think the miniature work, like I said, I think the miniature work in the show is like really good.
Yeah, I agree.
From a technical standpoint, I think it's like
I think they
really
got they got the idea, because like I said, I feel they got the idea of how they film Ultraman in Japan, because it's the same way. Like most people might think it's different. No, it's actually the same way. Even to this day, it's the same way. I think they might splash in some CG, here and there and stuff. But it's still the same, which is kind of amazing, because it's 2020 and they still film Ultraman the same way. All right, cool.
Hey man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, they still do Godzilla the same way, don't they?
For the most part.
I mean, give or take. I mean, I know Godzilla.
Until recently.
Yeah, that one was like all CG.
Yeah, I was thinking about Shin Godzilla. My bad. I wasn't even thinking about. I totally forgot about Legendary.
Yeah. The Shin Godzilla. It looked like that might have been a combination of both.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say. So to be fair with Shin Godzilla, like they had a guy do motion capture. Like he wasn't entirely.
Yeah.
It wasn't. They didn't build the CG from the ground up. They had a dude in the suit, doing the movements to try to mimic the guy in the rubber costume feel.
Oh, also for a 13 episode series, it got its own video game. That says a lot.
Yo, man, Panasonic 3DO.
Tell me, Subaru said y'all are gonna like this Ultraman shit. You hear me,
dude? Again, as a kid, I never had a 3DO, so it's just like, well, that was damn. Now I kind of I wish I had a 3DO a little bit, just to just like be able to play it a little bit. So it's I don't know. It's weird because like when you look at this grand summation of the show, it's good ideas, but the fighting and stuff just left a lot to be desired. And it's just like I really feel maybe I say this all the time. Do you guys think there's a possibility somebody, much like how they're trying to push Ultraman on DVD and stuff like that, somebody in America might roll the dice and be like, maybe we can do another Ultraman series in America again?
Possibly. I mean, possibly, because look, man, Power Rangers been around for over 20 plus years now, like 25 or more. You know what I mean? And so if that's been around for that long, and the toys are always in the top 5, people accept it now as mainstream. Although it's weird because it took over a decade plus for people to accept Power Rangers as mainstream. Yeah. Because Power Rangers were the superheroes before the Marvel Cinematic Universe, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, easily.
So yeah, I think somebody would be willing to give it a go, because I think it would be more acceptable, because we are now in the era of niche programming. You know what I mean? So say for instance, if somebody had the dough, some production money, some production company had the dough, got the rights, you would see that on the Verve or VRV app right now as an original series, straight up.
Yeah. I'm going to say, I don't know. Anything can happen, but I feel like Subaru is pretty close to the vest with Ultraman now, because that's their baby, that's their top dollar. Like, if I'm not mistaken, in Japan, as a brand, as a character, as iconography, as an icon, I think Ultraman sells a lot like how Spider-Man and Superman does here. Mm-hmm. And I take that back. Not even just Japan. I think it's just Asian territories or territories where the show air proper. Like, Ultraman is there's fucking money in Ultraman. So,
I mean, which is kind of weird, because you would figure they would do some team. Dude, to this day, I'm just like, you guys didn't team up with Godzilla? For shame. For shame.
Well, I mean, Godzilla got his own fighter. Anyway,
I know.
I'm joking. So anyway, I don't know, but I don't think so. I feel like they're not gonna part easily, and if anyone that does it, they're gonna be partnered heavily to make sure that everything's to brand standard. Which, by the way, so while we're on the subject of Ultraman Powered, so because the show couldn't find a distributor in America, and because of the financial headache they had to do with dealing with U.S. unions and shit,
Now you
Saban
start to sound like
decided to
Saban
scale
now,
back.
dog. Goddamn
Yeah,
unions.
look. I'm just important. So like they said, you know what? Let's scale back this U.S. invasion and let's concentrate on the domestic market. And in the ashes of Ultraman Power rose Ultraman Tiga. So in a way, something good. I know, right? So in a way, something good came from us. So Ultraman Power had to die so we can get Ultraman Tiga. So
I mean, something always has
I'm
to
not
be
mad at that.
something always has to be sacrificed in order to actually, get something good. So you are right on that. So shout out to 4Kids for the dub and stuff. Even though that was the 4Kids era where everybody was laying into them and stuff. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So.
Because they replaced Fox Kids, and folks was just like, nah, get this off my TV,
fuck
fam.
yourself. We're done. It's like we're done with this relationship. We're going to WB. They love us with Dragon Knight, and all of a sudden WB was like, oh no, we don't, because we're not showing you those last 5 episodes. Peace.
Man.
Go to the app, my nigga.
That CW app that nobody really had. So
Nobody. Did that shit ever even work?
it worked. I mean, I did watch those last episodes, but it was just like you kind of had to sit back like, they got an app? All right, okay, cool. I mean, because again, you're going to tell a kid to go to an app. I get that was that point where tablets were starting to become a thing and stuff, but still, it's like, come on. What kid is going to be like, Mom, can you put me on the CW app to watch this? Come on.
Wow. Can you imagine? Now, kids are like, you watch a TV channel? Like, isn't it amazing how shit changes and goes?
Yeah, man.
I mean, I actually am going to track down, look, if you want to watch Ultraman Power, people, all 13 episodes on YouTube, which I am shocked, Subaru Productions and Toei didn't lock that shit down. I'm like, I guess they didn't give a shit.
It took them forever. to release that shit on home video. Like, it didn't the Blu-ray just come out in 2017?
Yeah, 2 years ago, yeah. 3 years ago, yeah.
Shit.
I mean,
so my question is, so is this on the line? Is this on the lineup with Mill Creek? Is this coming too? Are we getting this Blu-ray?
Oh, no.
Y'all releasing everything else.
I mean, you might as well. You might as well just give me some.
Fair.
Hey, all I'm saying is if they're gonna release it, I need y'all to track down Harrison Page and get a behind the scenes, what's his thoughts on it and stuff. He's still alive.
Oh yeah, and Harrison Page was a serious brother too. He was serious.
Yeah, dude, this dude was on Hill Street Blues. Come on.
Yes.
You can't get. It's like you go from Ultraman to I'm gonna be on Hill Street Blues, one of the most important TV shows ever, and it's like, huh.
Hey dog. Put respect on Ultraman Power. It had Jeffrey Combs in it. Put respect on this shit, okay?
This is true. This is true. This is true. Yeah.
This wasn't an amateur hour here, sir. These are professional actors doing professional work.
You know what? I have to. I oftentimes wonder because we get all these actors, like you said, Jeffrey Combs, and them popping up in these shows, and you often wonder, do they remember filming this series?
Don't even like Ultra. What? He actually what? He be like, what the fuck is Ultraman?
Harrison, I expect because he's the main character, right? Kane, I'm pretty sure he probably gets people if he does venture out and stuff, people probably bring it up, alongside him being in Kaku Ranger. But I gotta wonder, some of the people that did bit roles in there, if Jeffrey Combs is like, hey Jeffrey, so you remember Ultraman Powered? I don't remember that show. You're gonna have to remind me. It's like, oh.
I'm gonna be real with you. If you go to Jeffrey Combs and be like, hey, so about Ratchet, he'd be like, what the fuck is a Ratchet?
at that point, you have to back off Reanimator. Yeah, Reanimator. There you go. So, yeah, I mean, but it is some of those people, John Tui was in, I think it was episode 5. And I was like, oh, damn, that's right, John Tui, he's in Power Rangers, full circle. Yay.
Mm-hmm. Look, I just want to say that, both of y'all are better than me because I got 3 episodes in and I was just like, I'm out.
Look, I was like, look, they're 30-minute episodes. They're a monster of the day. They go by quick. You go for the ride, and that's that. It is what it is,
And I give you all the props, CJ. I give you all the props in the world for getting through it. It's just that, man, I was like, why are these so slow? And then here's the thing. I know it was the 90s. And in the 90s, there was a lot of TV like that. And a lot of them, I still watch it, and it's great. But for some reason, it was time slowed down.
Dude, we did a review years ago on Nick Fury, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And real talk,
shit.
Ultraman Power kind of reminded me of that, the way it was filmed.
Oh, no.
A little bit.
I can see that.
Because there were certain spots, no bullshit. watching the Ultraman Powered, I was like, how come Gary Chalk is not in this show? I'm waiting for it. Didn't even pop up. I was just like, damn, this would have been like the perfect show for him to pop up as like random citizen number 13 or whatever and shit. It's like, oh, there's Gary Chalk. Cool. He's in here.
Oh no, it was rough. It was just rough, and like Ultraman was just basically doing waltzes with these monsters, and you know, and I was just like, no, I was like, because like I'm now the first episode, I was like, okay, I can kind of understand if it wasn't a real fight because yo, he's just he's being Ultraman for the first time, so I might do a little kick, I might fly a little bit.
Second episode though.
Yeah, man. He shot the beam in the first episode. I was like, oh, that's dope. That's great.
Yep.
I was like, still slow, but it's good. And then that second episode, like, I'm for real, man. They brought in their dance cards, and they was just like, okay, step 1, 2, little kick.
I mean, to the show's credit though, like the finale when he's fighting and stuff like that, it's not bad. Like I said, it's a standard Ultraman finale. He disappears and he, which. I did like the nod to them bringing in all the Ultras in there to kind of convert him back, and stuff like, oh, Ultraman will be back. He's a being of light now, and
But then they didn't even show the Ultras. Like, we can't afford to make any more Ultraman suits. Keep them as balls of light.
It's like you couldn't even pull the Saban and just borrow the suits. Like, can we just borrow the suits for a day? Just
I know, right? Like you couldn't modify a spare suit. It's like, nah, fuck that. Like we can't. Nah, pretend that's Zoffy. Keep it moving. Keep it fucking moving.
This is why. Look, we can give a lot of shit to Saban, good and bad. Like this is why I laugh at the suits, but I still laugh at VR troopers when they went into when they went to VR world and stuff. And it's like,
yeah.
So you just took the suits and just took all the stuff that pops and just took it off, and that's the original suits. All right. I guess.
Sorry. When they went to
virtual
reality,
VR world.
Yeah, the VR world.
The Power Ranger helmets and repetitive shit that you talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, isn't it the Red Ranger helmet? I think it is the Red Ranger helmet.
Yeah. No, but I tell you,
all through.
I still say to this day, like when they got to season 2, because they were just trying to burn through all the Metal Heroes,
burn through everything.
And what killed me was this. So they have no more Metalder footage, and like they found a way to like they were like, oh, you know what? The first season's like Metalder and I can't remember which sheriff.
Sheriff.
Which one?
Spillbond.
Okay.
Spillbond.
Spillbond.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know why.
So Spillbond. For the longest time, I thought that was Gavin until like I actually got to see Gavin. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So Spillbond and Metalder, cool. So then they're like, well, we don't have any more Metalder, so we'll use Scheider. And it was Scheider. And I'm like, that outfit that they built, I was like, that doesn't look like Scheider at all. It just looked like a slumped over, broken down, beaten Scheider. And so when they were doing like American footage, they couldn't move in the costumes.
Yeah.
And I was like, this has come a long way because watching season 2 of VR Troopers is tough.
It's not as tough as MMPR season 3, but
true.
There's some ideas that they had.
Yes.
They clearly did there and stuff. Like, look, if we're going to Ultraman though, I have to wonder because the suit performer in the suit, I gotta imagine since you basically can't go nuts and stuff because look, Ultraman did not throw any kicks at all.
You can tell. You can tell he wanted to so bad. Like you watch his body language, he's like he wanted to let that shit rip.
Yes, he did.
I mean, because he's pulling when he's pulling the monster's tail in episode 2, right? I was like, oh, so he's gonna pick up the monster and throw him. Didn't even happen. I'm like, man, because Ultraman.
Like Ricky, I swear to God, if you tear that tail off, Ricky, I swear to God.
Man, you know what? That has to be frustrating for somebody that's a super performer, and it's like, yeah, I was an Ultraman, and it never came out in America.
Yeah.
Never hit America.
Oh yeah.
At all.
Think about all those American actors that was like, yeah, it's gonna come out. You're gonna see this show, and it's just like, I guess you're not.
Can you imagine?
Like I was something like Power Rangers. No, you weren't. You fucking liar.
Well, if you think about it, this is 93. Can you imagine they're rolling to Comic-Cons back then when they were in hotels, and they're like, oh man, it's coming, Ultraman, be prepared, and then it's like 12 people in the room. which is like
Ran over there
back then.
and close.
Oh, man, I tell you, I think right now we are in a time where we're very spoiled on the access of everything, man. Kids do not understand the struggle back in the day.
No.
With the VHSs.
No, they don't.
I don't want to hear shit from any of these kids. There's nothing to watch. If you never had to experience having to watch an anime broken up into 3 parts on YouTube, you can shut the fuck up.
As me and Sharp said, I remember the days of early Facebook when Super Sentai, it was the Wild Wild West, and Facebook didn't give a shit about copyright, and you could watch all the Sentai on Facebook, and they did not care whatsoever.
Wow.
That's how I watched Gundam Seed Destiny Final Plus.
Oh, you saw it on Facebook? Wow, yeah,
See.
I went torrent on that one.
See, I got a little bit more age on y'all. In like 1996, 97, when like the internet's still, still fresh. It's a baby. It's been a few years in the game. Mm-hmm. I got videotapes, basically like dubs of, not Power Rangers, but like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but the series is based on a Jayu Ranger.
Jew Ranger?
Yeah, Jew Ranger. Yes, thank you, Jew Ranger. Ooh. And like I got those, and I was like, I want to find out what happened to the actual Green Ranger, and so I want to see what happens. And I got the tape where he died, and I was just like, oh, he died over. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, that happened for real? Like because once again, that information it wasn't really out there. It was out there, but it wasn't really out there. And I was like, oh shit, this is a completely different thing. This is completely different.
I didn't see any of the Sentai till
Not to show my age, but so did I.
Oh yeah, I didn't see any of the Sentai till... I didn't go back and see the old Sentai until my cousins hooked me up with the VHSs, and this is right around the beginning of Turbo.
Okay.
So Turbo was when like my cousin's like, oh, you want to see the season 2 with the other suits? And I was like, what other suits? And then he showed me the videotape. I was like, this is, oh my god. And then I saw like what they did with Serpentera and Dire Ranger. I was like, this is way better. The hell?
Yeah. And see, and that's the thing. Like, it's like we had to decode and get that in so many different ways, because the only reason I knew that Dire Ranger existed is because like this is long time ago. I was at a Half Price Books. I was at Half Price Books, and they had this section where they had some manga, but like they had these like really thick manga books that were kind of like anthologies, but like in the middle they would have like, not ads, but kind of like coming soon, right?
Yeah.
And there's something like, it had like a little, well, now what we know is Dire Ranger had a little thing there, and I was just like, wait a minute, what's this? I was like, wait a minute, why is the red dude? And like it only had like a couple images, but then behind this one book was like basically a Super Sentai magazine, and it was like the complete Dire Ranger team and all that. And I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean we got all these? Like you said, what do you mean we got all these other Rangers? I ain't never seen these cats before. I was like, whoa, and like I bought it like on site, and I was like, this is dope. But then that's when I started to realize, like I said, this is different. Mm-hmm. But I remember when I bought that tape, I bought like two other tapes too, and it was like Jaka, Jakq, and
Jack.
Jack. I bought that, and I also bought Battle Fever J, and I bought some episodes of Battle Fever J, and I bought some episodes of the first Sentai, Go Ranger.
Yes.
I think it's called. Yeah, and I bought some of those too, and like seeing all that like back in like 2001. It seemed because it was 97. Like watching all that 97, my mind was just blown, and I was just like, and the stuff was super old, but still, it was like I was like, yo, this is really cool.
I think that's probably what, like, because to be honest and stuff, I think the role, it's weird because when Power Rangers got announced, I think I was already acclimated to that because of Ultraman already being in America.
Mm.
And I think Ultraman being in America and having that footprint at one point is probably what benefited Power Rangers low-key to a degree.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, I appreciate that they wanted to do Ultraman Powered the way they did, and it's kind of interesting. You have to imagine, like, what if it did get that same popularity, or at least was able to capitalize off the popularity of Power Rangers like some of the other shows benefited off of, like Mask Rider and VR Troopers and Beetleborgs and even Mystic Knights. benefited and stuff. It'd be kind of interesting, like what would have happened? Would they have gotten more seasons? You know, what would have, you know? So it's kind of like what could have been, sort of deal. So
Yeah.
you know.
Oh yeah.
So but yeah, if you guys want to watch Ultraman Powered, all 13 episodes on YouTube, and hey, you can buy the Blu-ray, you know, if you want to. But yeah, it's definitely.
I'm gonna go against the grain here.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go against the grain, and I'm not gonna support it unless you're like an actual fan. Like, don't let this be your starter series.
Yeah, true.
Let this be like,
look. Go back and watch Ultraman Tiga. Just watch that. Really, Ultraman Tiga. Just watch that.
Watch OG Ultraman. Just watch OG Ultraman instead if you want to. If you're that curious, because it reuses a lot of concepts and scripts. But like, if you do want to watch it, I do feel like it's a really good curiosity, and it's a really interesting time capsule that I think it just should be observed just to be observed.
Sometimes you have to
and again,
sometimes you have to watch the bad stuff to really see where it is in the spectrum of all the good stuff. That's how I see it.
Exactly. And then, like, again, really impressive model work. Like, I think I'm underselling how good the model and miniature work is in this show. Like, it always makes me sad that the show, they always be upset that the action scenes weren't as good as the miniature and model work.
I'm shocked. You know what, though? I am very much shocked, though. Well, I shouldn't be shocked. It got a lot of toys, though.
It did.
I know that. It's just amazing to me. Like, it got a lot of toys and stuff. I don't know if it got the same thing like some of the other Ultramans do, where they get like a figure art or anything like that. Yet it might, maybe, I don't know. I gotta check to see if it does.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think. Wait, hold on. No, I think it had not. Like, there was an Ultra Act that got revealed, but it never came out.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's right. The
Ultraman Powered.
The Ultraman. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize. The Ultraman Australian series that had toys.
Really?
That had toys because I had the Ultraman. Because like the company was called DreamWorks, and this is before the actual DreamWorks Spielberg SKG stuff. Yeah. There was a toy company called DreamWorks, and I had that Ultraman because it came with a tiny Jack Shindo action figure too. And that line, I mean, that had toys. Even though the only way you could watch that Ultraman, the Australian Japan co-production, the only way you could watch this if you bought the videotapes, because there's like 13 or 20 episodes, and they were and you had to pay like 20 something bucks for each tape. And there's 2 episodes on each tape or something like that. Because it was the 90s.
Well,
it was the 90s.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, like there's a YouTube channel called Vintage Henshin that talks about the journey of Ultraman releases in the United States. It's really interesting.
Wow. Yeah, but so Prime, what are we doing after this? I mean, just like, how do you go from this? Like, where do we go next episode after this? Because I'm like,
Is it time for a fan vote?
I think it is. I think it is time for a van vote.
Time for a van vote.
It's a tough call on what we're gonna get them to pick though,
but let's give the power back to the people.
Yeah, we do. We gotta give them back to the people. They chose very wisely last time. I was very much shocked the way it went, but not surprised. So that worked. But yeah, I appreciate Shawn jumping on board for this episode. This has been fun.
Thank you for being here, sir.
Oh, hey, you're more than welcome. I appreciate y'all having me, man. Like, anytime I get to talk about Super Sentai Power Rangers and, and dancing and waltzing Ultraman, I'm good.
Yeah, it's always great. It's always great. I'm kind of mad I can't find any meme pictures to use for the cover art for the show. It's like, damn it. If I can find it,
poor Ultraman Powered. After the show, he's only popped up occasionally, like a couple of cameos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know what? A cameo is actually not bad.
To his credit, if I'm not mistaken, like at least he never's gotten his ass beat. He doesn't just pop up and get his ass beat. Like he contributes something to a fight.
He's like Batman at the end of BVS. He just giving Wonder Woman and Superman a thumbs up. Like y'all got this. All right, cool. I'm over here. Works.
Yeah, y'all good. Everybody safe? All right, cool. You just throw a little light beam. Stay on my brand. All right, I'm good to go. Let me sashay to the side. All right.
Oh man. But yeah, also, again, I will always... You know what's funny? Before I go, King Kasugi that is a guy that I feel is an underrated actor that I really felt bad when he popped up in America for a couple of movies, and I'm like, oh man, I feel bad for you, dog. Like, I mean, but hey, you know, you do a Tekken sequel that had nothing to do with the first damn movie, and then I don't know, DOA was fine for him, but War, when he got his ass whooped by fucking Jet Li, I was like, well, can't win them all, dog.
He caught them beats. He caught all them beats.
So you can't win them all, man. It's Jet Li. What are you going to do? At least it wasn't Jason Statham that beat his ass. So I was like, all right, I'll take that. So I will gladly take that. But I did see him in the Terraformers. Japan did a Terraformers movie, which I'm like, I shouldn't be shocked that they did. So, but yeah, I hope he pops up in like a Sentai as some cameo. That would be nice. That would be nice. Gotta get back to your roots, sir. But anyways, that is it, and we will catch you guys later. Peace out.
Peace.
The beat goes in.
My Lord, baby.